Good morning, YouTube. I just wanted to say hello to you this morning and catch up with you for a little bit while I'm doing my warm up. So last night I posted a couple of my treadmill talks. Please check those out. Like, comment, subscribe, please. I'm trying to build my channel. I'm trying to get to 50 followers so that I can go mobile on my cell phone and stuff. So please do that. That would really help me out. But anyway, just wanted to check in briefly while I'm walking. I'm going to do some of my strength training. I think I'm going to do leg day today, some squats. Lower body after I stopped with my 20-minute walk or so. I've been kind of sore this week because I've increased my weight. So I'm really trying to make sure I'm warming up and getting warmed up before I step in there. But I thought this would be a perfect time to talk to you today. So this morning, I was scrolling through my Facebook and I found this really interesting reel. It's an older story, like from I think like 2013 or something like that, about this guy in China who found out his wife had had a whole bunch of plastic surgery. He didn't know it. So they had children and the children came out ugly. And so he sued her. He ended up winning. I guess he hadn't done enough research, but the kids came out, I guess, ugly to him or unfavorable. And so he sued her. So I was like, oh, this is like such an interesting topic. And I was talking to my husband about it and everything. And I thought I would bring it to you all today to see how you felt about it. So I thought my talk today, my treadmill talk, would be about that. Like, how much background research do you do before you date or marry someone? And are you looking through like old photos and like really thinking like that far ahead in that whole thing? So I thought this case was interesting because you really never know what your children are going to look like. So, I mean, the kids might be like not that cute to him, um, but that could be his genetics. You know what I mean? So, I mean, a lot of this is really subjective and there's a lot of unknown variables. So, I don't know if you can compare or complain when it could be your genetics, it could be hers, it could be yours. You just never know what your kids are going to look like. So, I would never bet on something like that. So, um, I'm kind of surprised that he didn't know that she had any surgery at all. I looked at the picture a little bit, and to me, it looked like her face might have slightly been augmented a little bit. But I know sometimes men don't really, and I don't mean to um, judge or put all men in one category, but I've noticed that sometimes men don't like notice the details on certain things. So I was kind of a little bit shocked that maybe he didn't notice that, are these really, her original features? Let's just say that. But, um, you know, suing, I feel like that's like so extreme. I really wish I had seen the story when it came out, but I just saw it in a reel today. But it kind of goes along with a conversation I was having with some friends at lunch not too long ago. And we were talking about like, background checks and things like that. And people were kind of sharing their stories on stuff they found on Facebook and people they dated before and all that kind of stuff. So it was like super interesting. So you guys tell me what you think about this. Drop some comments in the comments and we can like talk about it. Okay, just be respectful. So I feel like it's okay to do some background research, you know what I mean? But just remember, you never know what you might find. And if you like really don't want to know something, everyone has their different, level of like comfort. But I think it's okay to do like a little background check. It's only like $20. I've used them before to find family members and things like that. Um, just long lost family members and things. And it was very useful. And like for my purposes, it worked out really great. It was a great family reunion and something we were able to do before my relative died. And so it really worked out great for me and my family. Um, and as far as dating, I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea to run a couple checks. It's only $20, right? But you really shouldn't have to go through all that. You should be, dating someone or married to someone that's like honest with you, So I don't know. I feel like the whole honesty of like, is this really what you look like? Can I see a high school picture? I don't know. I don't know. How many photos do you need to see? How far back should the research go? And should you calculate that into whether you want to have children with someone or not? I really think that that's a long shot right there, because like I said, you never know what your children are going to look like. So to base everything on what is in front of you is kind of like, I mean, there's some people that are really not that attractive that have beautiful children, okay? And then like sometimes you put two people together that are like gorgeous and the kids are maybe, different looking, right? Because we don't want to pick on the kids, but we're just being honest, okay? So on my channel, we're honest here. So we say what it is. Not everybody's a beauty queen. We love you anyway. I'm not perfect, So but I really thought that story was interesting. And I especially felt sorry for the children, because later they have to hear about the story. The mom or the dad suing the mom. It's all in the news. I'm hearing about it way over here on the other side of the world. To feel that your father felt that way about you is quite sad. So ultimately, I really feel sorry for the children, and it's embarrassing for the mother as well. But like I said, I feel like when you've had that much of a transformation, people already know that you've had something done to your face. At least your mom knows, your family knows, someone knows. Unless you came out of like nowhere, like the moon, and no one ever knew you before you had all the work done, someone knows. So I don't know how long that was gonna like really stay quiet, or how long she thought that was gonna be like a secret. But um, I kind of feel like, the children are like the real, victims here. And then secondly, like the wife, and then the husband, like I said, he might have been bamboozled a little bit. He might not have noticed. It's just, it's a very bizarre story, but it's only something that would happen, in this day and age, with all of like the body work being done, and the you have lipo and Botox and facelifts and all of that kind of stuff. You just never know what someone really might look like without all of that. So, but I don't know. I have a feeling that some of these trends are kind of going to go out of style. It seems like the BBL is slowly kind of working its way out of style, or at least the BBLs aren't as extreme. So I myself do not have a big butt. So um, you know, but I would never go to the extreme of having a BBL, because it's just not worth it to me, like the dangers and all that kind of stuff. I'd rather try to do some squats in here and some donkey kicks, and we'll see what we can do. We do some protein drinks and stuff like that, do our little 100 grams of protein or whatever, and we call it a day. It is what it is, right? So, I might grow something later. We'll see. You gain weight over time, right? So I say leave a little space to like, fill in, right? So I say be patient, don't get all this stuff like tacked on. That's what I would tell a young person, right? So I'm 40, and if I was speaking to a younger person, I would say let yourself fill in a little bit, because sometimes you grow a little bit of hips, you grow some boobs, you put on some weight, and things just kind of settle out. So don't jump to get all this work done, and then we're trying to work it back later and stitch it all back together, and then you have kids, and then you're trying to move everything around, and then you get the awkward shape. It's ridiculous. So you don't want to look like a bowling pin. It's a lot. Sometimes some of these surgeries, you're looking like an ant. You'll never just get back to the original, and you'll probably regret it. So anyway, I just wanted to comment on that story that I saw today. I thought it was really interesting, from the perspective of just, just the whole thing. Discovering what someone's old face looked like, and it looks like, and the background checks, and all that kind of stuff. So tell me in the comments, how far would you go in your research when you're like dating or considering marriage? Are genetics and looks something you think about when you're having children as far as looks? Um, and would you sue your spouse? I mean, like, how do you guys feel about this? Because I just find this very, very intriguing. I love this kind of stuff. Um, but very interesting story. I am going to wrap up my warm up walk now and get to working out so that I don't have to have any work done. So, anyway, I hope you're having a great day and that you have a great holiday, and I will talk to you later.